going to make a point on that as well, yeah, because it's valid. Because there's a lot of top gooners, yeah, in the chat panel. I'll be I'll be gobsmacked if every single one of you didn't full house agree with what I'm going to say. You know what? Yeah, everyone's like, oh yeah, it's second place again. Or it's excellent. We finished second place last year, the year before, possibly this year. It's all progression. We all see this, that, blah, 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 blah. I will digress. We will be, I think, the second team or the first team definitely to go second 3 consecutive times in a season. But do you know what? And let me get this right out, because no one in Arsenal really remembers fondly, at least 1999, 2000, and 2001. But I know what it was fucking sandwiched between: two double winning teams. Two double winning teams. That's what that was sandwiched in between. What's this sandwiched in between? 5th place and what next year? And that's what we've got to remember. We've had second places. We've got, when we won the double and we had the Overmars, the goal at Old Trafford, and we see him like that celebration, we see it there. That bookies were paying out, but do you know what? Arsene Wenger done it. We got over that line. We won the double. Nicholas Anelka and Mark Overmars again. Newcastle 2-0. Wembley. Bosh, we've won the double.
Have some of that.
Absolutely have it. Come on, you boys. Yeah. Then we go to 1999. And then we have that Patrick Vieira, lazy leg, Ryan Giggs. Put your T-shirt back on, you hairy little pasty fucker. We don't want to see you swinging nothing around there. And then we've got Jimmy, Floyd, Hasselbank, Dagger at Ellen Road, near post, you bastard. But do you know what? 2000, 2001, guess what we go and do? 2002, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst gets injured for the half after the season. So does Robert Pires. Oh, yep. But it's funny I say Robert Pires of that, because we remember the shirt, Gia Robert, thinking of you. Yeah, if you know, you know. Yeah, isn't it? You remember that shirt, you lift up, Gia Robert, thinking of you. We all remember that. But Odegaard, yeah, he's missing Saka. So did Ashley Cole and Thierry Henry miss Robert Pires on that side? No, they didn't. They just won the double. They just won the double. Did Freddie Ljungberg at Old Trafford? Did he miss Thierry Henry, Robert Pires, and Dennis Bergkamp when he went through on goal? Freddie Ljungberg, do you remember he had that mad run of scoring goals constantly? And then he went through on goal, and Fabian Barthez carries it out, and you'll all remember Sylvain Wilton.
Yeah, Wilton.
And then you'll see Canu, all 6 foot, God knows. Coming straight over his nut.
Oh, brilliant.
These are winners sandwiched between two double winners.
And do you know what? One of the big things about that was Wenger didn't decide to play Petit up front.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, mate.
As much as I rate Saka, like all these people talk about every single player that's in our current squad, they rate to the highest heavens, yeah. But let's be real, guys. Like, obviously, was it Lawrence? You've been watching Arsenal for over 50 years. Shane, I'm sure you've been watching Arsenal for a long time. Normsky, I know you've been watching Arsenal for a very long time, yeah. Even Aaron, you've been watching Arsenal for a while, yeah. Can you honestly say, could you put your life on it, that Bukayo Saka, as much as we like him, as much as we rate him, is and was ever going to be better than Freddie Ljungberg out on the right? Never mind Robert Pires, never mind Mark Overmars. Is he even better than Freddie Ljungberg? I say no. And I've only been watching Arsenal since basically 2000, 2001.
Freddie was a big game player, man. He was
Freddie wasn't the most composed on the ball, but he had the fundamentals. And Saka's a limited player.
3.5 million. 3.5 million he costs.
Great at what he does, but he ain't no Freddie Ljungberg, mate.
And that's the point. That's the point that you were saying as well. That perfectly actually ties to the point I'm going to say. Freddie Ljungberg. They were the opportunist signings that Arsenal made and turned them into stars. Look, we all know that Wenger had the French market absolutely, completely locked down. He just did. He just knew it. Look at the Nicholas Anelkas, the Patrick Vieiras he bought very, very, very early on. You know what I mean? Then he bought Petit, and obviously, more proven than probably the latter two, especially Nicholas Anelka. I mean, because he was a pup. But he carried on buying them. You carry on going. The Thierrys and the Bobbies, the real blockbuster first team Frenchers for us.
I know.
I know this might sound like a stupid question, but do you think this current squad could be a match for that team of Henry, Bergkamp, Pires?
No, it's not a stupid question.
They would be steamrolled.
No chance.
Steamrolled.
No chance.
Do you know what? Let's actually have a separate thing on that. I'm gonna bring it. Let's just do a whole new thing while we're still here, because I've still got time. If any of you boys need to shoot, I totally get it. Yeah, we'll go round it. We'll go round. We'll do because Macy and a little chat in a while. We'll go clockwise round that. We'll do Macy, Natstar, Lawrence, Shane, Normski. Which players in this current squad would get into the Invincibles? Even the bench, because I don't think any in the first thing.
Guys, just before you say that, I know this sounds crazy. I had this I was late coming home from work today. Why? I was having an argument with my nephew about who would get into this current squad, who would get into the Invincible side. You know, I said to him, you are tapped. You're one of them. He's 30. I said, how are you talking like that, bro? Yeah, I'm going to have to pull that matrix plug out your head. Yeah? Listen, let's go back. Now go round. I can't believe it. I cannot believe we're talking about this now, because we had the same argument about, 8 hours ago. Unbelievable.
Well, you get to rehash it all again, just like the Matrix. The fourth one was all about, just rehashing that old same thing. Almost like we're all plugged in.
Yo.
That is an elite level, screensaver, bruv. Elite.
Listen. I will only very quickly digress on this. Matrix has, and will ever be my favourite film of all time. Why? Because one, it's a cinematic masterclass for its age.
It's a masterpiece, bro.
It sent a message of its time in 1999 when it was released. And here we go. Norm's ain't fucking about either, man. I love it. I love a bit.
And Aaron, you may say. You may like The Matrix. I get it. I like The Matrix. But my favorite movie is Godzilla. And Godzilla, for me, will always be the king of the monsters. And
that was out there. Yeah. Macy, I am not surprised that's where you took it, my friend. You're a fucking legend.
I'm guessing, Macy, Godzilla beats King Kong, innit? I'm guessing in your mind, Godzilla beats King Kong.
I mean, Godzilla's invincible. Like, even though King Kong is like, King Kong can give Godzilla a fair match. Like, Godzilla.
But what about Neo from The Matrix? Because I'm thinking, Neo's the one, mate. Do you know what I mean?
He is the one.
It's way too off topic. Look, I was bringing you in to talk about the Invincible sides versus this current squad. Not fucking Godzilla, Macy. You've got it on the screen, and you know what I mean. So, what do you think of the Invincible squad, Macy?
So, it is hard to choose which of our current squad could go into the Invincible team, but I don't know. I mean, none of our players, I'm not sure. To be honest, I mean, if I had to choose one player, I would say maybe I'll go for Gabriel, because him and Sol Campbell together in that defense, or Tony Adams, that would be like a good partnership if that was in real life. But Adams is retired, so I'm just imagining Tony Adams and Gabriel together. That would be like a good defensive partnership in my mind.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, there's definitely obviously questions that could be raised about, the Salibas and the Gabriels, but, that Invincible team, obviously, the Colo Torre is going to be the one that suffers, isn't he? In that Invincible team.
He was
that's where he was awesome. Let's not knock it of him, but, if you're looking at trying to squeeze someone in, Colo Torre might be the one that you're sort of knocking out. What do you think, that's the bruv? Is there anything that you'd do? Formation change?
We were playing a 4-4-2 Mike Bassett settings. If you've seen that film, you know exactly. I love a 4-4-2. I don't care. And I'm sure Simeone, if he was brought in, he would play some kind of variation of a 4-4-2, even a 4-4-1-1. Either way, I'm sweet, mate. But to answer the question, none. Not even in the reserves. None of them wouldn't even get in the reserves. Period. Period. Wow. Not even Gabriel. Because here's the thing. People shit on Pascal Segon, but Pascal Segon wasn't a starter. He was part of it, but he weren't a starter. Do you know what I'm saying? And let's be real.
I did include the bench, so you wouldn't have Saliba or Gabriel on the bench.
No, none of our
No, you're going too angry here. No, you're going too angry here.
It's not even that, bro. It's not even that.
That's that. Unplug yourself, man. Come on.
Yeah, mate.
No, bro.
Blue pill. You wake up in your bed. The story
you wake
ends.
up and you believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. I'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Pause. You know, but on the real, Aaron, I love you, mate. But like on the real, none of our current players in our squad will even get in the reserves. They wouldn't even get in the reserves. Ødegaard is nowhere near it. I know that will bring a gal to tears, but I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't give one iota of a shit. But Gabriel is probably the closest one, you could argue. Maybe Saliba, but even then, bro. I'm not saying Pascal Segon was a G. He wasn't. But as a squad
you'd
player...
rather have him over Gabriel or Saliba. Like, that's what I'm saying. Oh,
yeah.
I
for the balance of the squad,
agree with you that.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Pascal Segon, like the one thing I'll give Pascal Segon, he weren't a bozo. Look, Gabriel can defend. I'm not saying he can't. Saliba as well. But Pascal Segon, he had his deficiencies and all of that. But look at who Pascal Segon was coming up against. You're telling me that Gabriel would have a walk in the park against like Ruud van Nistelrooy in them, man? Michael Owen, even fucking Alan Shearer towards the end. Like for me, like it's just chalk and cheese, mate. Like some of the older panels on the guests respectfully might agree, might disagree, but for me, none of them get in the squad. None of them get in the squad, mate. None of them. I don't care.
I feel that
Mr. Controversial here. Yeah, none of them are getting in the squad.
Overall, but I reckon if you was to look back on it and watch someone else say that, you probably maybe, I don't know. You probably go, well, probably someone in defence does. But listen, I asked you the question and you've given it to me, but I like that's cool. That's why we're doing it.
I gave you an honest answer, mate.
This is not real controversial. This is not an echo chamber. So
you did, listen.
But apparently we agree on everything. Apparently we agree on every little single thing here.
No, we don't.
What are we doing it?
This is what we do. But do you know what the difference is? Me and Natsa will disagree here. Maybe everyone will disagree with me, disagreeing with Natsa. Maybe everyone will agree with me and disagree with Natsa. But guess what the difference is between Arsenal fans that got their heads screwed on? We just act like men when we disagree, because do you know what? I disagree with you, Natsa, but guess what? I appreciate that you've got your own opinion.
So we are, mate.
We're fully grown adults, and we can deal with it.
High line for life, mate.
Yeah. Guess what? We don't have to throw a tantrum, and we also don't have to wank ourselves silly to a life-size fucking Mikel Arteta poster on the ceiling.
Get him out. He doesn't agree with me. Get him out.
Yeah.
Stinker and hooks and that.
You know what? Yeah, Natsa, you're never coming on again, right? Where's the removal? Kiss off, man. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it. Anyways, it's nice knowing you anyway, bud. Anyway, that was Natsa official. We'll never be on the channel again. Of course, that's not the case. Guess why? Because we're fully grown fucking adults. Isn't it? No, listen, no, obviously, Natsa, big up. Yeah, that's your
opinion. It's all good, man. I'm here for all of it, mate. The bands, everything, mate. You got to laugh sometimes, bro.
Yeah, of course you do, man. That's what we're doing here. Listen, well, that's why
I want to hear what Normski, Shane, and Lawrence think of that, and obviously their opinions as well. I'm
going to go to Shane next. Then we're going to do Lawrence, and we're going... we'll go Lawrence, and we go Normski, because that's the way it was before I removed you for saying these naughty things that I don't agree with. Shane, sorry. Shane. Come on, man.
Yeah, sorry. Even though I said that Torre was so important to that team, he did a lot of the sprinting around while Campbell sort of held it together. I will bring in Saliba just for what Wenger would have been able to do with him. The player that Wenger would have turned him into. If Wenger had been his coach, Saliba, I think, would become one of the, if not the best centre back. I think if he had Wenger, and that's the only reason I do that. But in a way, I agree that not changing anyone if you were going by upsetting the squad, because Seagan, as bad as not as bad as he was, he had his faults. He didn't try and upset the apple cart too much about not starting, and I think he still started about 14 games that season. He was in the team. But yeah, no, if it was up to me, I just think if Wenger had got his hands on Saliba, someone like Saliba, we would have. Yeah, as good as Saliba is, he'd be a lot better. He would have reached the top. So yeah, the only one I'd bring in would be Saliba.
What about even on the bench? Is there sort of any sort of
I was thinking about Saka and players like that, and maybe Saka, but like Will Tor coming off the bench, and there's these players there's these players that are almost forgotten about. Will Tor was an absolute baller, an absolute baller. He would have been a star for any other team. And again, he never moaned about being dropped. He just came in and did a job when he came off the bench. So I think, for the bench, maybe Saka. Odegaard's not getting a sniff. Partey's not getting a sniff. Martinelli I wouldn't even have him put out.
Just quickly, there's a background noise. I don't know if it's a telly or a phone. Someone.
No, I'm
No, it's like a phone or something. Someone's got it. Just letting you know. It might be a Macy. He's on his blower having a little nibble there. I don't know. Yeah, right. Someone's got it. Just letting everyone know.
Looking for a link, mate. Looking for a link.
Yeah. Well, it better not be. Macy's on Pornhub, isn't he? Just getting ready. It must be wrapping up soon.
It's okay. I'm just having my food. That's all. But once again, I'm glad to be on your show again, Aaron. It's great to be chatting along with you again on another Friday about the match on Sunday. The battle of Pep's his like rookie managers, Arteta versus Maresca on Sunday, and that's going to be an interesting game. And I think we might settle for another draw, because the title for me is done already. Like, there's no hope of us like stopping Liverpool. I think Liverpool will win the league definitely, because Onslaught in phase 1 has absolutely cooked this season, and big up to him for absolutely turning this Liverpool team into title contenders. And what happened to them in the Champions League against PSG was like, it wasn't like, I mean, they gave it a go, but PSG came out the better team. So big up to Liverpool for like showing a bit of courage to fight to prove to PSG that they're also another strong team. But in the end, the better team won. So PSG are through. So Liverpool's concentration is the Premier League. And of course, they've got a League Cup final to look forward to against Newcastle. So they could win 2 trophies on the spin, because they have no FA Cup to look forward to. So all that's left for them now is the Premier League and maybe the League Cup if they beat Newcastle. But it is a bold move from them. But given the fact that Newcastle themselves have not yet won a trophy for like 16 years, because Newcastle, for me, like, they really need to win something, because they've really had a season to forget on beating us and really cementing themselves as to why this League Cup is their redemption, because of what happened to them against Manchester United. So they have to win that League Cup. But Liverpool, for me, like, it's going to be tight, but we'll see which team comes out the better of that League Cup final. But Arsenal against Chelsea, I'm expecting a draw, maybe 2-2, because still our chances of the title is over. So the only thing now is just to close out the rest of the season, and yet another top 4 finishes on the horizon, boys. And it looks like we'll still be stuck with this manager of more Champions League football next season. So no.
Macy is always valid points as always. Normski, I'm going to get your opinion as well on it. So we're going to revert back to the Arsenal Invincibles. Who makes your team, man? You said you was having this conversation. Rehash it, man. What did you go for with?
Okay, so
I'm intrigued.
So So basically, he was saying that Saka gets in over Lundberg. I'm like, I said, no. I said, no way, man. You're talking. I said, none of them. He was even talking about, does the team of 2006, when they in the first, the team that played Real Madrid, can they beat this current squad? I said, yeah, easily. He goes, no. What are you on about? I mean, they've got game changers in, even though they had Flamini playing at left back, right? And I think they had Central's in there. I think Central's is in.
At one point. Yeah.
No, guys, they had players in there, right? That could do. But there's one thing, yeah. Sorry, mate. Just a minute. Oh, Morpheus. Guys, what I was thinking, just a second, can't get this thing out the back of my head, man. I think that Kai Havertz would I'd put him in the Invincibles. Oh God. Oh no, what's going on? What's going on, people? The Sentinels are coming.
Agents, bro.
The agents, man. Oh, God, what's going on, mate? People. No, Kai Havertz must get hang on a minute, guys. 2 seconds, people. Just a second. Just give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Oh my God. Right. Bro? Sorry about that, people. The Sentinels all got me, mate. Listen, mate, I was plugged in and I saw this number 29 coming to me. He looked like a donkey. Bro, nah. Nobody gets into this Invincible side. What I would say, though, is on the bench, I would have Saliba and Gabriel on the bench. Fantastic backups. That's it for me, man.
Yeah.
All right, Lawrence.
I would. Oh, yeah. I'd have 4 of this team in the that Invincible side. That maybe they wouldn't get in the 11, but definitely on the bench. I'd have Gabriel and Saliba, and I'd also have Rice, because I think him and he would be an asset to the midfield. And I'd also have Saka.
Yeah. They'd be on the bench. Would they be on the bench, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe Gabriel or Saliba could get into the 11. But, the other 2 definitely reserves.
Yeah, no, Lundberg was just too good, man. He was too fucking good. Didn't Wenger just see him in one friendly against England and signed him?
So again, mate?
Did I hear that? Did Wenger just see Lundberg play one friendly against England? I think, and he signed him off that. Signed him off the back and seen him in a friendly.
He probably did.
Yeah.
I remember him with his red hair, mate. I think everybody was dying their red, wasn't it? They were class. I mean, you was getting goals from Lundberg, Perez. You know what I mean? And then you had Bergkamp. Look where all the goals were coming from. Do you know what I mean? Henry hitting 30 plus goals. Oh, man.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I just changed. I had a little change of scenery. So obviously I was in the bedroom, and you know what I mean, it started getting to that time, and I knew my missus wanted to go to bed. She's looking at me like now, she's like, yeah. So I had to let her go upstairs to bed. You know what I mean?
Beauty sleep and all of that. I hear it, mate. I hear it.
But she needs some beauty sleep. Oh, bless her heart, she doesn't. She doesn't. Look at the look on her. If you could only see. I'm only joking. My darling.
Hey, what's that fist? What's that fist come to, bro? What's that fist, man? What's that fist, bro?
Yeah. No,
my missus dragging my head last time, and that I mean, so.
Yeah, I love that. She's not doing some pretty face. Night wifey. Yeah, Miss Aaron talks Arsenal. She's off to bed. That's what we do. Do you know what I mean? We let her. We do this for our. Yeah, look at the face she's giving me. Yeah. Anyways, that's what we do. Listen. Yeah. Now, thank you very much for holding the fort there. I'm going to throw my two bob in the old things. You know what? And that's I've got to come back to the fact that one of the two defenders couldn't get into that team, man. I'm sorry.
Bear in mind, we had Martin Keown. It wasn't
sorry.
just Seagon. I know I made the point of like Seagon, but we had Martin Keown as well. But in terms of like backups, look, I'm not going to rule out that there's an argument to put Gabriel and Saliba on the bench. Definitely the reserves. But like, for me, it's just like Pascal Seagon as a backup worked. It clearly worked. Whereas when he started, that's when the problems arose. Do you know what I'm saying? When we got beaten by Man United 4-2, that was kind of like the beginning of the end at home. But then we got beaten away, innit? But Seagon didn't start in it. Do you know what I'm saying? And then obviously Rooney diving and shit. But yeah, no, look, I'm here for it. For me, I'm like old school mentality, kind of in a semi new school body, innit? Like these modern day players, I just don't rate that highly. Like, is Gabriel a quality centre back in this era, along with Saliba? 100%.
Yeah.
Is Saka a very good player? Yeah, sure. In this era, but they're all limited. Like Saliba's concentration is the main thing for me, and Gabriel with his bozo moments, and then with Saka, he can dribble and do all these things. Wenger would get a lot more out of him as a player for sure. Because you mentioned that, Shane, with Saliba in particular. I hear that, but as like out and out footballers and what they had to deal with,